Hi, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, John Boy Media Football, doing a draft film breakdown on TCU. Left guard, played a little center, tackle in his time at TCU. Steve Avila. Watched him down at the Senior Bowl, wasn't too familiar with his game going in, and he was one of the guys I said I had to watch, first watches when I got back, and was really impressed. Obviously got to play against Georgia and Michigan, and did really well in those games. Very solid in pass protection. Like, he can be dominant in pass protection. He grabs on the guys, and foot speed is really good, mirroring them. In the run game, there's a lot to be desired, I think. And I think with his strength, with his frame, he can play into a better run blocker. But you also see some really great reps from him there, too, that we'll get into. So make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all the other draft breakdowns. Really excited for this one. Let's get into it. So obviously with the pass pro stuff, we're going to go first. Or with the O-line stuff, we're going to go first with pass pro. Here versus Michigan in the quarterfinals or semifinals. And you see so many reps where there can be chaos in the back in the pocket, and Avila is dominant. So first, I like just footwork, nice and calm, and gets into that head-to-head relationship that you want. And you'll see, he places his hands rather than punches. So he'll put that right hand out there as a feeler and then bring the left hand for placement. You see him do that a ton. And then his just ability to mirror. Okay, you want to counter back inside? Let's watch the feet. We're back. And he gets his hands locked on with good placement, good posture, and just totally shuts down the rep from the Michigan defensive tackle. Next play versus Michigan. Again, you're going to see him set towards the player. We got that head-to-head relationship. Now watch the punch. Like, his hands are out there, and great D lineman can use that against you. So I think he needs to become a little more violent with his punch in the pro game. But he gets his hands on there. He's got the leverage that he wants. Good knee bend. And then it's just foot mirroring. Really good stuff. Here versus Georgia. You're going to see him use some good hand replacement on this. Head up. Get your hands on him, right? 96 is going to go to bull. Watch that right hand. Swing back. Get good placement. And then watch both the feet. Go to that hop step versus the bull. Re-anchor. And he's reps done. You want to jump? Fine. Go ahead. Really good stuff. Here again versus Georgia. Just mirroring. Wherever you go, I'm going. Like, he's not going to be viewed as some like super athlete, but I think his foot speed and just his reaction is going to make him an awesome pass pro. Now you see he can overextend a little bit trying to place those hands, but he gets them on. He wants to counter back inside. Feet are going. Here versus Texas Tech. It's got the head up 2-eye. Nice posture, nice base. Gets those hands. You see they're landing inside. He tries to work them. Defense tries to work all. See that right hand come off. Replace. Again, nice wide base. Just once he's got hands on, guys, he has hands like pliers that just lock on and they're not able to get off of him. I mean, you see the strength. Gets those hands inside. He wants to work outside. And then just watch the extension to bully this defensive lineman. Like, this guy's doing everything to break hands off, and he can't. Like, that strength, that that arm strength is real deal stuff. Here versus Jalen Carter, who again is very good chance of going first overall. Like, I thought he had better reps versus Jalen Carter than Osiris Torrance did. Patient. Carter's trying to work those hands. Gets into him, that head-to-head relationship. Again, Carter's getting some power and getting some moving him back a bit. But I thought he did pretty well in that single block with Jalen Carter, considering the type of player that Carter is. This is a guy, it was hard to find bad pass pro reps on him. It really was. You see, he gets hands on here. And then this defensive tackle is able to shift his weight. and throw him off base. Again, this is where placing the hands, if you punch and bring that knockback power, it kind of gives the defensive lineman free reign to work his moves. And then here versus Texas Tech, just gets to the half-man relationship, or doesn't get to the full-man relationship, where he sets towards him, but now his hips are open. And this is where it's like he's not the most athletic guy in the world, where other guys will be able to, slide their feet. The defensive line is able to rip through. Like, ideally, you want to be here, right? But you're not. So keep those feet sliding over, and it allows the QB to hit on that. Here's something from his past pro game that I wanted to point out. And there's a lot of times where they had him helping out the tackle. But I just like how he's able to set versus wider rushers or guys that are lined up at nose. We've got a 4-eye on him. You see, just calm, isn't in a hurt, rushing into this. Just set, get those hands on him. See how the defensive lineman's got hands inside, low on him. Watch him rework that right hand. And he's getting help for the tackle. But good stuff. And then here, versus Georgia, we've got the 5 technique out here. He's going to set to that. Obviously, he's slanting inside. But just gets out there with urgency. Bam, bam, bam. Lands the punch. Hands lock on. Rep over. Here he's going to set to this guy. Now they're going to send a linebacker too. So again, this defensive lineman is shooting for this gap. But hey, I got to check on this linebacker. He's not coming. And this is what the defense is trying to do, is to get him to set to this linebacker and leave this gap. But Avila sets towards it and then go. Go, get aggressive, get your hands, get leverage, get your hat under his hat, and extend and finish the play. Here you're going to see versus the nose tackle right here. Just quick feet, land hands on him. Good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, now in the run game, we're going to go through some good first. You see him with some of these down blocks, and this isn't the best one, but you're going to see some of the good and the bad on this first one, and then we'll kind of divulge into both. Is you see good first couple steps, lands his head on this side like he wants to, and then his pad level just kind of rises. His feet doesn't block through the blocks and gets stood up on this. So you see hey, good first second of the block. We're good. That's really good. That's really, really good. But his pad level rises. His feet don't continue blocking through it. And he's able to get stood up. And I think he struggles working angles. When he does work his angles, like you'll see here, he's got power to have plays like this. To get on this down block. See, good first step. Get into that block, land, extend, roll through. Roll through and put this defensive tackle out here. Here again, down block. You just see the power. First step is good. Pick it up and put it down. Overextending a little bit, but just get into there, work that angle, and throw your power around. Throw that strength. And finish a play. So those are the good things that we need to see more consistent with that. But here's when he's working the single blocks that aren't just down blocks, working the shoulder on a defensive lineman that I think he needs real work on. See how that pad level is pretty high. Compared to everybody else on this line. And his feet are fairly good. Get a little skinny on contact, but you see it on contact. His pad level's high. Defensive lineman's under him. He's placing his hands rather than punching them. And you play like that, you're not going to get any push from your feet. There should be more movement on that block. Here versus Michigan. you see it, gets good leverage and good start, but he just has kind of a hard time rolling his hips through the block and keeping leverage, because now we're standing up, and this is not great D-line play either. Now gets the help from the tackle, but you got both these guys standing up, titty bumping basically. Like you don't want that from an offense or a defensive line standpoint. So again, these aren't horrible reps, but it's something that he needs to get better at the next level. Here versus Georgia against Carter. Again, Carter's a good player, but this is good. This is good. Like, it starts out good. Now keep these feet moving and swing these hips and fight that block through. But the feet don't keep moving through the contact. They stop. Carter's able to raise his pad level and able to shed him. Again, that's a different animal, but you're going to be facing guys like that a lot in the NFL. Like, you got to fight. You got to really fight to keep your head on this side of him and keep these feet moving and move your hips. Instead, it ends up for a tackle for a loss or a run stop for Jalen Carter. And then the last one here versus Texas Tech. Like, there should be more power in this double team. Again, good first step. We're coming in high. And now your feet get skinny because you have high pad level. And I think there's got to be more movement on that stuff. So it's nitpicky, but it's definitely stuff that he has to get better at in the run game. But in pass pro, man, really, really impressive stuff from him. I think he's a top 50 pick. I really do. I think he's going to go top of the second round, and I think he deserves to do that. I think he's going to add to some teams' pass protection right away. Obviously, rookie guards just almost exclusively struggle in pass protection. But get a coach that can work with him, help him to fight leverage and keep his feet moving through blocks. I think there's some good stuff there with Steve Avila, and the team that gets him should be pretty happy. So, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the other draft breakdowns. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.